This is gonna take a while. As you can tell by the appearance change, I already procrastinated and gave up the first time, but today we are going to get through it. With that being said, we have a lot to cover, so before we get into these top 100 albums of all time, I need to say a couple things. First off, there's like 3 albums on this list that are in the spots where they should not be, because when you go ranking 100 things, sometimes you get a little disorganized. And when I was done ranking all 100 of them, there was no way I was going to go back and reorganize all of them just for 3 projects. And also, there's one album on this list that shouldn't even be here, period. Once again, wasn't going back and reorganizing the whole thing. I still like the album, but it's on here. And I'm not going to tell you guys what any of those albums are. I'll let you guys guess in the comments to make this a little fun game you can play. So, what I think I'm going to do is, I have a bunch of notes. It looks like I wrote a novel. What I'm going to do is probably go 100 through 25, give a little short summary of each one. I'll tell you my favorite song on the album, and I think that's what we'll do for 100 through 25. This video will probably be done throughout multiple days, because once I get through 25, my top 25 I'll give like more in-depth reviews for, because it's like my top 25 favorite albums of all time. So let's get into it now. Number 100, The Smiths with Strange Ways, Here We Come. In my opinion, this is the best Smiths album. You get an urgent melody on a rush and a push, and the land of is ours. That's a mouthful. There's a melancholy on Girlfriend in a Coma, but it also sounds kind of uplifting for some reason. And there's a very, very dark twist to Last Night I Dreamt That Somebody Loved Me. Love that song. Love most of the songs on here. I know most people prefer The Queen Is Dead, but this is my personal favorite Smiths album. I forgot to say my favorite song on Strange Ways, which is Girlfriend in a Coma. Anyway, 99, Selected Ambient Works, 85 through 92 by Aphex Twin. This album feels like being stuck in a real-life video game. Favorite song? Heliosphin. Number 98, Death Consciousness by Have a Nice Life. This album literally sounds like it's sucking the life out of you. I can only listen to this when I'm very depressed, but I have to put it on here because it got me through a lot of stuff, and it's just a perfect album for being that down. Favorite song? Bloodhail. Number 97, Bandwagonesque by Teenage Fanclub. This is just a power pop album that feels like summer vacation. It's pretty cookie cutter, run of the mill, but it just has a certain element of charisma to it that other power pop albums sometimes don't have. Favorite song? Is This Music. Number 96, Time and Place by Kiro Kiro Benito. Instead of showing my kids Yo Gabba Gabba in the backyardigans and whatnot, I'm just going to play Kiro Kiro Benito for them. Favorite song? Make Believe. Number 95, Gio Gotti by Boards of Canada. This album is probably what aliens would listen to if aliens do exist, which I do believe in aliens, so. Favorite song? Julian Candy. Number 94, The Meadowlands by The Wrens. This album needs a lot more recognition for how much it influenced Midwest emo. Favorite song is 13 Grand. Number 93, Sawayama by Rina Sawayama. Yes, it's a recent album. There's a couple recent albums on here. I don't care if you scream at me for recency bias, because I don't care. If I could marry someone's voice, I would marry Rina's voice. Favorite song? Paradisen. Number 92, One Urology by Common Linguist. This is not the last time they'll be on this list, and this is definitely one of the most atmospheric rap albums ever produced. Amazing production, and my favorite song is Enemies with Benefits. Number 91, Funeral by Arcade Fire. This album just makes me miss a lot of people. Favorite song? Rebellion. Number 90, Run the Jewels 2. This album makes me want to punch a lot of people. Favorite song? Jeopardy. Number 89, Brockhampton with Saturation 3. This is easily the best Saturation album in the trilogy, and it might well be the best Brockhampton album, period. Favorite song is Rental. Number 88, Circles by Mac Miller. This album is just way too beautiful to keep off this list. My favorite song is Woods. Number 87, Sunbather by Deaf Heaven. I'm not usually into metal, but this album makes me feel like I'm ascending. Favorite song is Dreamhouse. Number 86, Virtue by The Voids. And you will see a lot more Julian Casablancas on this list. My favorite song is Lazy Boy. Number 85, Handshakes and Middle Fingers by Classified. I almost put this here entirely for nostalgia purposes, but it really is a solid album. Favorite song is The Hangover. Number 84, Some Rap Songs by Earl Sweatshirt. Hated this album when I first heard it. It used to make me nauseous. Maybe some of you will understand that, but now I love it. Favorite song is Azikar. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Number 83, For Emma, Forever Ago by Bon Iver. If I had to pick one album to encapsulate winter for like a blind person that has never seen winter, I would have them listen to this and they would probably understand what winter looked like. A favorite song is Flume. Number 82, A Tribe Called Quest. We got it from here. Thank you for your service. This is probably the best comeback album for any artist, band, group that will ever surface. Favorite song, Disgeneration. Number 81, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots by The Flaming Lips. You can tell Wayne Coyne did a ton of LSD before creating this concept. Favorite song, Fight Test. Number 80, After Laughter by Paramore. Now I know in my Paramore video I said that their self-titled was my favorite. I really meant more so the best. After Laughter is my personal favorite. This makes me wish Paramore was making power pop all these years instead of emo stuff. Favorite song is Pull. I need a burp, man. Let it out. There it is. Alright, number 79, Vespertine by Bjork. I'm not the biggest Bjork fan, but this album is incredible. It makes me feel like I am literally in Skyrim. Favorite song is Pagan Poetry. Number 78, All Hands by Doomtree. This is indie nerd rap and it's just plain awesome. Favorite song is Off in the Deep. 77, Kanye West, College Dropout. This is the fourth best Kanye album in my opinion. Favorite song is Through the Wire. Number 76, Tallies with their self-titled Tallies album. This is just so lush and beautiful and it's a really creative twist on dream pop. Favorite song is Not So Proud. Number 75, Danny Brown with Atrocity Exhibition. A descent into insanity was a perfect concept for Danny Brown to create, and he perfected it. Favorite song is Ain't It Funny. Number 74, Plateau Vision by Lush Life. This is as good as a brag rap album can possibly get. Favorite song is She's a Buddhist, She's a Cubist, She's a Buddhist, I'm a Cubist. 73, Nas with Illmatic. This influenced pretty much every other rap album on this list and almost every other rap album period, hence its place on my list. Favorite song is It Ain't Hard to Tell. 72 is Dookie by Green Day. This was pop punk before it became too poppy. Favorite song is When I Come Around. 71, In the Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson. This deserves to be here for the cover art alone. Favorite song is the self-titled track. Number 70, Melodrama by Lorde. This is definitely one of the most tasteful pop projects from the 2010s. Favorite song is Hard Feelings / Loveless. 69, Doolittle by the Pixies. As I was saying about the Nas album influencing a bunch of stuff, this album pretty much influenced every indie rock album on this list. Favorite song is Debaser. Number 68, Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. This was a breath of fresh air for rap in the 2000s, especially the early 2010s. I meant to say 2010s. You really didn't have any big names from like 2008 to 2012. You had Cudi coming out and then Kanye's Dark Fantasy. Other than that, there was really nobody. So Kendrick pretty much revived hip-hop with Good Kid, Mad City. Favorite song is Money Trees. 67 is Nightlife EP by Yaragi. I debated whether or not I was going to put EPs on this list, but I only put like 2 of them. Couldn't leave them out. This is just amazing Japanese shoegaze. Favorite song is Soon. Number 66, No, with Death is Silent. This is a very fresh concept album, all about death. Creative lyrics, creative production. Love it, love it, love it. Favorite song is When I Was Young. 65, Kid Cudi with Man on the Moon 2. This got me through the toughest of times, multiple times. Favorite song is Ghost. 64, Dirty Acres by Common Linguists. This is probably the best representation of the Dirty South style mixed with the struggles of being raised in the South. Favorite song is Georgia. 63, Childish Gambino with Because the Internet. The concept is a little clunky, but that's always part of the fun with Donald Glover, is figuring that stuff out. Favorite song is Life the Biggest Troll. We're done with page 1, baby. Number 62, Fourth Wonders with their self-titled project. This band turned a breakup into 10 bangers. Favorite song is Saunter. 61, Weezer with the White Album. This is almost better than the Blue Album, but not quite. Favorite song is Endless Bummer. Number 60, Death Metal by Panchico. I don't know what else to say about this other than this has one of the most unique stories I've ever heard and one of the most unique sounds I've ever heard. Favorite song is Laputa. Number 59, Freddie Gibbs with Pinata. Freddie is easily top 3 of the 2010s, maybe in my top 3 ever, and Madlib is easily top 3 of all time. They make a perfect combination. Favorite song is Shame. Number 58, we have Frank Ocean with Blonde. This is just a perfect album to cry to. Favorite song is Self-Control. Number 56, we have Madvillainy. This is a great project, but I don't think it's Doom's best. Hot take. Favorite song, Fancy Clown. Number 57, Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I used to adore this album, used to be one of my favorites of all time, but the replay value isn't as strong as it used to be. So, favorite song is Runaway. Number 55, Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. I Am Not a Dad, but Isn't She Lovely makes me want a daughter. And obviously, that's my favorite song. Number 54, My Chemical Romance with the Black Parade. This is really the only cinematic pop-punk album I can think of. It's basically a rock opera, and it's epic. Favorite song is Dead. 53, Some Nights by Fun. Another nostalgic one. I want to be 12 again when I hear this album. Favorite song is Why Am I the One? Number 52, Since I Left You by the Avalanches. This is probably the best instrumental album of all time. Favorite song is Since I Left You. 51, Daft Punk with Random Access Memories. This is so high solely because of the song Touch. That song can make a grown man shed tears. And that's the favorite song. Number 50, Charlie XCX with Charlie. This album pretty much confirmed that Charlie is not human because no human could make this album. Favorite song is Thoughts. Number 49, the other EP we got on here, Phantom Limbs by No and Sadistic. This is the most underrated MC with the most underrated producer, and they absolutely knock it out of the park. Favorite song is Daydreams. Number 48, Graduation by Kanye. Kanye's second best album in my opinion, and it is not as dated as people say. Favorite song is Flashing Lights. 47, Either Or by Elliott Smith. This is maybe the best singer-songwriter album ever. Favorite song is Say Yes. Number 46, you have Alex Cameron with Force Witness. Every song is a banger, the hooks are infectious, and the lyrics are hilarious. What more could you want in an album? Favorite song is Running Out of Luck. Number 45, Beach House with Bloom. This is just extremely lush and beautifully crafted. Favorite song is Irene. Number 44, Dinosaur Jr. with I Bet on Sky. This just has absolutely incredible guitar playing. Favorite song is Watch the Corners. Number 43, The Weeknd with Trilogy. This has amazing melodies behind a very dark backdrop, and it makes for a great project. Favorite song is House of Balloons / Glass Table Girls. Number 42, Pavement with Crooked Rain, Crooked Rain. There's no better album to summarize 90s rock. Favorite song is Gold Sounds. 41, Cocteau Twins with Heaven or Las Vegas. The lyrics make no sense, but it doesn't even matter. Eliza Fraser's voice with the guitar playing make it so that you don't even need lyrics to make a fantastic album. Favorite song is the title track, Heaven or Las Vegas. Number 40, Fashion with Boy Meets World. If anybody else made this album, it would be corny, but Fashion kills this sound. Favorite song is Why. Number 39 is Sylvia Demo by Isaiah Rashad. I've never been high in my life, but I assume this album is what it feels like. Favorite song is Heavenly Father. Number 38 is Polymer by Tone Deaf. This is not your typical rap project. This has everything from shoegaze to noise, pop, to, I don't even know, synthy stuff. Like, this album's just crazy. You have to check it out. I can't explain it in words. Favorite song is More Like You. Number 37, Car Seat Headrest with Twin Fantasy. Every song on this album is like watching a movie. I love Will's lyrics. They're always very interesting. Favorite song is Beach Life and Death. Number 36 is Undone by The Roots. If Twin Fantasy is like watching a movie, Undone is a movie. Favorite song is One Time. Number 35 is Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. This is probably the most important and influential prog rock album out there, and then my favorite song is the title track. Number 34, Third Eye Blind with their self-titled record. Sadly, none of their other records live up to the catchiness and fun of this record. and the decent lyricism as well. Favorite song is Losing the Whole Year. 33, Joy Division with Unknown Pleasures. This is the best post-punk album ever. Every bass line is absolutely iconic. Favorite song is New Dawn Fades. Number 32, MGMT with Congratulations. This is just a great mix of acoustic and electronic sounds. Favorite song is also the title track. 31 is Konoku Teikoku with this album. I don't know the name of it because it's in Japanese. The lead vocalist is absolutely awesome. You don't hear amazing lead vocalists in shoegaze enough, and the guitar melodies are very advanced for a shoegaze album. My favorite song is the 10th one, which I also don't know the name of because it's in Japanese. Number 30, Is This It by The Strokes. This is just where my favorite band started. That's probably why it has a special place in my heart, but it's also a really fun, catchy, poppy album also. Number 29 is The Money Store by Death Grips. Death Grips is very hard to get into, but once you do get into them, you don't get out of that rabbit hole. So my favorite song is Hacker. Number 28 is Humanistic by Abandoned Pools. This is just angsty teen emo. I absolutely love it. It has such an early 2000s feel. It takes me back to preschool, which not a lot of people would understand except myself, because I lived this life, and this album is just what that sounds like to me. It probably doesn't make any sense, but my favorite song is Suburban Muse. Number 27 is Mezzanine by Massive Attack. This whole album is just like driving through a dark alley. Favorite song is Angel. Number 26 is Weezer's Blue album. Weezer made not being cool cool before it was cool. Favorite song is The World Has Turned and Left Me Here. We're done with the top 75. I'll see you guys when I go through the next 25 tracks, probably in a day or two. Catch you then. And we are back with the top 25. Number 25 is Food by MF Doom, my personal favorite Doom project. I just prefer the production to all his other solo stuff. I actually prefer it to Mad Villainy as well. It's just funkier, groovier, more accessible, which is definitely not a problem for me, maybe a problem for some heads out there. Just a fantastic display of lyricism with double entendres all about comparing food to rap, which is awesome. Favorite song is Rap Snitch Niches. Next is 24, Kendrick Lamar with To Pimp a Butterfly. This has some of the absolute best rap verses I've ever heard. Specifically, the second verse on Wesley's Theory, the second verse on You, every verse on The Blacker the Berry, and the first verse on How Much a Dollar Cost. Kendrick's lyricism is unmatched. The fact that some old heads say he's not top 10 all time, or at least top 20 all time, is just, I don't understand how you can hear something like this and not think he's one of the best of all time. Amazing jazzy production. Every verse I just mentioned still gives me chills every time I hear him. Favorite song is The Blacker the Berry. Number 23 is Modal Soul by Nujabes, who is a Japanese producer who unfortunately passed away in 2010 in a motorcycle accident, but everything this guy did just radiated positivity. You can hear it in the beats on this album, which are extremely lush, jazzy, and beautiful. Every feature he got to sing or rap over them is also fantastic. It's just a great mesh of sounds and people over the sounds. Favorite song is World's End Rhapsody. Number 22 is Malibu by Anderson .Paak. Nobody knows how to make a groove quite like Anderson .Paak does. That man can say the dirtiest, most depraved, most disgusting thing, and as long as he's singing it, it would just slip right by your head because it's so beautiful the way he sings. Doesn't even matter. Favorite song is The Dreamer. Number 21 is Brother Ali with Shadows on the Sun. If you are trying to get somebody into indie underground rap, this is the perfect introduction. This album is in your face. It's aggressive. The stories are super real and crazy. The lyricism's fantastic. Brother Ali absolutely knocked it out of the park on this album. Love this thing so much. Definitely one of the best rap albums ever, in my opinion. Favorite song is Dorian. Number 20 is 7 by Beach House, which I'm representing today. This is, in my opinion, the best Beach House album. Every soundscape on this thing is just an experience. Whether it's the psychedelia on Lemon Glow, or the ethereality on Drunken LA, or just the plain expression of joy on Woo. Love this thing. Favorite song is Drunken LA. Number 19 is Big Crit with Forever Is a Mighty Long Time, which is one of the best double LPs I've listened to. I usually don't like long albums, so I really don't like double albums, but this is one that I can listen to front to back, never get bored. It's soulful, it's personal, it's deep. The front half has a bunch of bangers, the second half has a bunch of introspective tracks about Crit's personal life. Love this thing so much, it's very entertaining. Favorite song is Get Away. Number 18 is Below the Heavens by Blue in Exile. Blue is one of the best MCs of all time, I think, but I don't think he could have got to the status he's at now without Exile's production on these early works. These two just blend together so well, and you can also hear it on their latest record that came out in 2020. Favorite song is Below the Heavens Part 1. Number 17 is Discovery by Daft Punk. It's difficult to make a mostly instrumental album this good, because for me, for an album to make like this top 20, it usually has to have like a very deep message, a lot of great lyricism, and just a great concept behind it. And Discovery does have a nice concept behind it without doing too much, because obviously Daft Punk has their own aesthetic going, and that kind of carries into the concept of all of their albums. And this just has absolutely incredible sampling and production. Favorite song is High Life. Number 16 is Yankee Hotel Foxtrot by Wilco. This is a sort of indie rock alt-country album. I would describe it as very American, but probably not in the traditional way that you'd think. I just listened to it, and it sounds like an American album. Like, yesterday was 4th of July. This is what I would be playing on the 4th of July. Very creative twists from Jeff Tweedy throughout the whole thing. Almost every track is extremely bittersweet, and it just fits Jeff Tweedy and Wilco's sound so well. Favorite song is Pot Kettle Black. Number 15 is The Microphones with the Glow Part 2. I made an entire video about this. You can check that out, so I'm not going to go into detail on this one, but favorite song is I Want Wind to Blow. Number 14 is the classic Radiohead album OK Computer. Radiohead super fans usually don't have this ranked number 1, but this is easily their best album for me. It was such a creative twist on rock for its time, because in 1997 grunge was at its highest popularity. Pop punk started coming out, so for Radiohead to create a very conceptual art rock album in the late 90s, it was so important and so influential nowadays. You can't not love it. Favorite song is No Surprises. Number 13 is Antisocialites by Always. This is a jangle pop project with so many fun songs, but also a lot of downers. But that's okay, because I love the downers, such as Dreams Tonight and In Undertow. Molly Rankin has an amazing voice, hits fantastic high notes. Love pretty much every song on here. Love how it ranges from fun to sad and goes back and forth. I think it's a great contrast. Favorite song is Saved by a Waif. Number 12 is Kid Cudi with The First Man on the Moon. Love what he was able to do to contrast his loneliness with these sort of uplifting sounds and a lot of confidence in his delivery. Favorite song is Pursuit of Happiness. Number 11 is In the Aeroplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel. This is one that I'm sure a lot of you know already. Hipster heaven, I would call it. And even though it has become sort of a joke about hipsters, it really is a fantastic record. All about this dude being in love with Anne Frank or something. But it's just so good. You just have to listen to it. Favorite song is Two-Headed Boy Part 2. Top 10, baby! Top 10! Number 10 is Room on Fire by my favorite band ever, The Strokes. Oh my god. This album is so good. It's just thinking about it, I just want to sing along to all the songs right now. I have a newfound love for this album. I loved it before, but I've been listening to it again and again and again and again now, even more than when I first discovered it. I absolutely love Julian Casablancas' catchy, melodic hooks. I love the guitar riffs in all the choruses. I don't know if Albert or Nick is playing them in the choruses, but they're all incredible. So many, mellow sounds mixed with upbeat sounds. It's such a perfect thing for the Strokes to do, and the Strokes have continued to use it throughout the years. It never fails them. Half the time, I really don't know what Julian is singing about, but I don't care because it sounds so nice. I just want to sing all the songs right now. Before I nerd out too much, my favorite song is Whatever Happened. Number 9 is Souvlaki by Slowdive. This is probably the best and maybe the most important dream pop record out there. Some people would also label it as a shoegaze album. I would say it's a pretty thin line. You could consider it either one. This is apparently all about a breakup, which I never knew until I had listened to the record months ago. And I already loved the record before finding this out, but you don't really have like conceptual shoegaze dream pop albums very often. And when you have songwriting as good as Slowdive's mixed with these ethereal, lush, dreamy beats, it just makes for some incredible music. Favorite song is Allison. Number 8 is my personal favorite Kanye album, The Life of Pablo. If you're shaking your head at me right now, I completely forgive you because I didn't love this album the first time I heard it, but now this is my favorite Kanye album. I don't know what happened. I don't know what clicked, but every song just slaps for me. It's just so Kanye. Like, only Kanye could make The Life of Pablo and have it sound like a mess while simultaneously having it sound like one of the best records of all time. I don't know. Favorite song is Saint Pablo. Number 7 is Carly Rae Jepsen with Emotion. That's right, Carly Rae Jepsen has broken into my top 10 favorite records of all time. This record isn't like super deep or anything like that, but my god, if I had to pick an album to uplift my spirits every single day, it would be Emotion. Every song on here, even the sad ones, you can dance to. Her songwriting as a pop songwriter is so good. Like, the lyrics aren't anything crazy that'll blow you away, but the way she creates these hooks and makes them so catchy and infectious is just super impressive. Love her. Love this record. Favorite song is When I Needed You. Number 6, The Strokes again, with The New Abnormal. Yes, I know this just came out last year, but this is actually the first Strokes album I ever heard, so I think it's completely fair for me to put it in this spot. This album is so weird. It takes everything that the Strokes did well on their first couple albums, brought it back, but then put a little experimental twist on it. There's some songs that are just so dark and depressing on this, while also making you want to just bop your head and jam to them. Favorite song is Why Are Sundays So Depressing. Top 5, baby. Number 5, we're back with Lovesick Hexology. This is 6 songs, but all of them are just absolutely gorgeous. I never really knew what beautiful was until I heard these 6 songs. I was just absolutely taken aback the first time I heard this album. And I know it's only 6 songs, so maybe it's kind of unfair to put it in the top 5, but I cannot leave it out of at least the top 10. The beats alone could put this in the top 5 records for me, but I really do love Shingo2's performances on all these tracks. It's just an album all about love, and really what else are you supposed to rap or sing about behind these beats? Favorite song is Lovesick Part 3. Number 4 is A Piece of Strange by Cunning Linguists, a band, well, a rap group that I mentioned earlier. There are a ton of concept albums out there, especially in rap, but I've never heard a concept album like this that had so much depth to it. So much depth that even after listening to it probably hundreds of times at this point, I still haven't caught everything, and still when I go back and listen to it, I catch something new every time. It's so conceptual to the point where things on the album cover align with the story of the actual music. It's an amazing record, amazing live production, fantastic lyricism. Favorite song is Brain Cell. Number 3 is Bark Your Head Off Dog by Hop Along. And now we're in the records that I talk about quite often here on the channel, so I don't know how much detail I'm going to go into. But this is like a folk rock sort of indie pop, indie rock record. I don't know exactly what genre you'd consider it, but Frances Quinlan is one of the best songwriters I've ever listened to. Every time she sings a song, I'm captivated by the story she's talking about. And you also have just amazing guitar playing behind her, great drum patterns. The way she uses her voice as an instrument is maybe the most impressive thing about this record. And I can go on and on about it, but we'll leave it at that. Favorite song is How Simple. Number 2 is Beyond the Fleeting Gales by Crying, a record I have raved and raved about on this channel for quite some time now. It's a fantastic mix of power pop, twee, 80s rock. Lead singer kills every song. The guitars are my favorite part of the album personally. I love how the chords change all throughout all the songs. It's not like you have the same chord progression throughout the entire thing. Like the chords change a lot and it makes for some really enjoyable listening. Favorite song is Premonitory Dream. And number one, you already know that it's Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. The best shoegaze album of all time. Favorite song is When You Sleep. That's gonna do it, guys. We're finally done. Not that that was painful or anything, but it did take a long time. I'll try to link every album in the description when I go back and edit this, but other than that, I think that's gonna do it. So thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys later.